if I go from where we were today back to their highs back in February, all right. Welcome to Talking Investing. I am Tom. This is not financial advice. And today I want to talk to you about a company I have not talked about yet, and that is DigiHost Technology. They are a Bitcoin miner. They trade over the counter in the United States under stock ticker HSSHF, and they trade in Canada under the stock ticker DGHI. So the first thing I want to point out about DigiHost is that let's take a quick look at a few numbers to put things in perspective and see what we're talking about. Right now, DigiHost is trading in the $1.60 range, and that is in US dollars. So that's under, again, stock ticker HSSHF. And that leaves them at a market cap of approximately $119 million. So most of the other stocks that we cover are closer to the anywhere from $500 million to $1 billion, and then Marathon and Riot are at $2 or $3 billion. So this is much, much smaller than those companies. However, they have a lot of exciting news coming up, including their plans to uplist to the NASDAQ. I just want to go through some press releases, show you what these guys have going on. So again, just forewarned, this is a higher risk investment just based on the fact that it is such a small cap stock. I am invested in this company, full disclosure. I have a pretty decent sized position. My personal opinion is I think this is going up. But again, this is not financial advice. This is my opinion, and I'm going to show you what I'm thinking. Let me start with a recent press release that was on October 4th, 2021. That was Monday. Today is Tuesday. So DigiHost provides mining operations results for Q3 2021 and announces a 218% increase in quarterly Bitcoin production over the previous year's quarter. Let's go through a few of the main points here and see what's going on. So they produced 133 Bitcoin during the quarter, increasing total holdings to 452 Bitcoin. So you can see these guys are producing 133 Bitcoin a quarter. That is a much smaller scale than we're used to looking at. They are holding the Bitcoin that they're mining, so they are acting like the larger companies. So just to let you know, right now, and this has been true for the entire year this year, DigiHost has 0.2 exahash of mining capacity. So that's been true all year. They have not yet added to that capacity. However, they have placed some significant orders and made some new relationships that's going to increase that drastically. So that is why I believe there's a lot of upside to this stock. So let's just go through some more of these bullet points and we'll talk about those. So total cash and digital assets was approximately $40 million. So that is a healthy balance sheet for this company. Remember, their market cap is only $119 million. They've got $40 million in cash and cryptocurrency on their balance sheet. So that's a very strong ratio. Year-to-date deposits on equipment and infrastructure to be completed in Q4 of 2021 of approximately $24.8 million. So that's another $24.8 million on the balance sheet for machines that they have bought, which we're going to talk about next. So very next bullet point, pursuant to its May 12th, 2021 press release, the company is on target to put online the approximately 9,900 newest generation miners it has purchased before the end of 2021. So we're in the fourth quarter, and they expect to have all of these installed in this quarter. Once fully installed, these miners will increase the company's current hash rate to between approximately 925 petahash to 1.1 exahash. They're at 0.2 exahash right now, and they're looking to go to 1 by the end of the year. So that's a 5x in their Bitcoin mining capacity by the end of this quarter. So they've got some big things on the horizon. So there's two more significant things I want to go through that are going on with these guys that I believe will increase their market value. And that's one of the reasons I want to put DigiHost on everybody's radar. It has been on my list for quite some time. I've owned this stock all year, but being such a small cap stock and having their catalyst so far out earlier this year, I have been hesitant to talk about it. But I think that now the timing is right. We are in the fourth quarter. This is when things are going to happen for them. So let's talk about the next catalyst. DigiHost and BitDigital announce expansion of strategic collaboration to further increase combined hash rates by 2 exahash. They have partnered up with BitDigital, And I've done several videos on BitDigital. You can check them out. They're actually today having a gigantic day. They're up 20% on the day. That stock fluctuates drastically. BitDigital had a lot of their machines in China, and so therefore they've been forced to relocate them. So a part of that strategy has now been to partner up with DigiHost, and they in total will be moving 2.4 exahash of Bitcoin mining over to a collaboration with DigiHost. So let me just read. This expanded collaboration between DigiHost and BitDigital is expected to facilitate an additional increase in hash rate of approximately 2 exahash between the companies and a total increase in hash rate between the two companies of approximately 2.4 exahash. Because this one was for 2 exahash, they had already made an arrangement with each other for 0.4 exahash. So under the terms of this agreement, DigiHost will provide power and management services for the operation of the miners. In consideration for these services, after paying DigiHost a competitive rate for power, DigiHost and BitDigital will participate in profit-sharing arrangement based on a fixed distribution formula. It is expected that these miners will be delivered and installed beginning in January 2022. So between the 9,900 machines that they have purchased themselves that are coming in the fourth quarter, and then the 2 exahash worth of machines that will be coming in January of 2022, the amount of Bitcoin mining that DigiHost is going to be participating in will be substantially increased. It's a 5x, as we talked about, to go from 0.2 exahash, where they've been all year long, to somewhere, I think, over 1 exahash by the end of 2021. That's all theirs. In addition to that, they have 2.4 exahash that they're going to be sharing profits in with BitDigital. Now, the exact terms of the profit sharing have not been disclosed. We're going to have to wait until that is up and running and get some financial results to see what the ramifications of that are. But obviously, they're going to be positive. They're profit sharing in another 2.4 exahash of Bitcoin mining. So I'm expecting their current Bitcoins mined that are somewhere around 35 to 40 per month by the end of the fourth quarter to maybe be closer to 200 Bitcoin per month, and then profit sharing in maybe another 200 or 300 Bitcoin per month with BitDigital next year. Very big potential increases in profit. I just want to reiterate that so that you're aware this is much smaller than all the other Bitcoin miners that I have discussed on this channel. Having said that, you can see they have multiple catalysts of good things that are imminent, things that are happening in the fourth quarter, which we're in right now, and in the first quarter of 2022. So, we're going to get to see these things unfold over the next 3 or 4 or 5 months. We're going to see if these plans turn into reality. I have gotten in this stock ahead of that. I'm trying to put it on people's radar so that you guys can do your own analysis to see if this is something you're interested in getting in ahead of all these potential catalysts that are on the verge of happening. Today, October 5th, they put out a press release. DigiHost announces share consolidation to facilitate NASDAQ listing. So effectively, this is a 3-to-1 reverse stock split is what they're saying. So they currently have 75 million shares. After this consolidation, they will have 25 million outstanding shares. So this is all, again, to be in compliance with NASDAQ's requirements. So that tells me, they've been issuing press releases all year that they're working with NASDAQ in the process of trying to get listed. This feels like a later stage maneuver, so I think that they're getting very close to being uplisted to the NASDAQ. And as you guys probably know, several Canadian companies have added themselves to the NASDAQ this year. Just to name a few: Hut 8, Bitfarms, Hive, Argo. So this is a trend. Being listed on the NASDAQ provides additional liquidity and potential access to greater funds to raise money. So there's a lot of benefits to this. To sum up, there's 3 things. They have 9,900 machines that they have purchased that they expect to have delivered this quarter. They have 2.4 exahash of machines that they are working with BitDigital on that they expect to share profits on, and that's going to start next quarter. And sometime in that time frame, I'm expecting they're going to uplist to the NASDAQ. Now, that is not a guarantee. because they have to go through an approval process. Although it's not a guarantee, we have seen 4 or 5 companies successfully go through this process recently right here in the Bitcoin mining space. So I am optimistic, but there's no guarantees. Lastly, I just want to quickly look at the chart and see what we're talking about. So I've got a blue line at $1.31. That dates back to late July. So from late July on, they had a touch point here, and then again on September 21st, and again on September 29th, but they have stayed above this $1.31 line since then. That is a very low number for them. They were trading up at $4.75 back in February. Now, as everybody remembers, things spiraled upwards in February, so that may not be the price that we want to compare this to. But if I go to May 21st, they were trading at over $2.50. If I go from where we are today to just back to where we were in May, that's a 57% increase in this stock. If I go from where we were today back to their highs back in February, that's a 187% increase in this stock. The reason that I will leave that number in play is they're about to 5 times their hash rate and enter into the situation with DigiHost that should also provide significant revenue for them. So I'm expecting their revenue to increase dramatically in the first quarter of 2022, and their profit margin should also increase dramatically, and these guys should be making money. So again, this is not financial advice. I think this is right on the precipice of them having major catalysts come along the way, and so I see a lot more upside to this stock than I do downside. You can see even now at $1.63, we're trading fairly near its all-time lows. Those are my thoughts on DigiHost. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video.